Hi guys, let us talk about extra rows at the bottom of the table like this. So we have the table. It's very simple table, like monthly data like this. So the question here is like how to add some lines or some rows at the bottom of the table. We can have different ways to do it, and then I'll show you some of them. Okay, so the first one is very straightforward, which is to just sum them all together. Okay, let me show you here. So you sum everything except for the first one. The rest you will be the same. But then this one you can see here, it comes with the problem with this one, which is like to uh, to sum the string. So everybody here is string. So if you want uh, to rename uh, sum those guys, you have to you have to change the type, or you have uh, to restructure this one in a different way. So if you have like few of them, it's okay to change everybody into double one by one like this. Okay, so it's okay. So you just do the manual work by a lot. So after this, of course, I won't do this. I will show you just the way um, to do it, but it's quite troublesome. Okay, so this one I won't do this, but I will show you the um, the method, assuming that we want to, and then uh, after I change everybody into double, I can just sum them all together. So you have the sum in here. Okay, so you can see here a lot of the word sum in here. If you do again, if you want to change it one by one, and then it will be a little bit problem, because uh, you will have to, sorry, you will have to manually type this one. I'll show you another way to do it, which is to just to use the rename function here. So rename dynamic. So in here, I can just select all of them, and then I just rename the sum. So replace and the word any field or any column. If the word sum is in front, then I will replace with the blank string. So after this, if you you have the so there is another problem going on in here, which is the uh, I guess I'm just I'm trying to to tell you just how terrible this method can be in different ways. But I will show you another way to do that later. Okay, so in here you can see there are numbers in total in here, and then if you want to, you can add this one back to the original stream with this. Okay, so uh, so in here you can see the the union, and then function, and then you can see the total as well after I run the workflow. Okay, so you can see all the total will be here at the bottom. If you want to actually state that this status is a total, you can do that as well. So I will do this. So I will start total. So I just type the word total in here. So if I do this, uh, if I do this, it will give me the a total at the bottom in here. But then when you add them all together, the total will be in front because the second, the overall structure of the output will be follow the first one and then the second one, if any, then second one and the third one. So that's the this is the case. I won't do this because it's very troublesome. I have to go through a lot of trouble just to add some numbers in here. Okay, so I will show you the second way to do it, and I will put the I will copy the whole thing in here line for line, and then show you the second way to do it. So the second way would be I collapse or I combine all the values together except for the first one. Okay, so I will stick on this one, and then the rest will be combined all together. Okay. Oh, let me put the whole thing here inside this box, and then I will disable it so I can avoid a lot of trouble in here, a lot of warnings in here. So I just disable it. So in here you can see all the values will be combined together in the same place, and now I can just adjust them, all of them, with the same rule. So if you do the column format here, and then if you want to adjust, you have to manually adjust one by one, and I don't like that. It's a lot of work, and then later if someone change my data source, and then I have to do the whole thing again, which is not very economic in terms of time. So it's very time consuming. Okay, so I will replace all the, so in here you can see a lot of comma here because they use the comma as a thousand group. So I want to fix it. I want to replace all the uh, comma with the blank. Actually, if you want to trim and then to replace at the same time, you can do the regex replace, which is more powerful than the string replace. And then you can replace the comma, the space. Actually, you can do this S and then plus. So it will give us the replacement of all the space and then the tab and everything else in one place. And then you can see the result after I run. Okay, so you can see here the part is nicely done already. Oh, by the way, you have the open and close as well. So I want to replace them as well. So I will replace um, the open with the minus because in Excel actually people use the open and close in order to show the minus, right? So I just change the minus, but then the close one the close one I will show in here. So I will replace the whole thing in here. So open closing I don't care. Space I don't care. Comma I don't care. The only symbol I care is the open because I want to change this to minus. Okay. So after this, you can see there's some problem with this one, but it's okay. Um, I can use uh, the retype function here, or the select tool here to reshape my column. So basically, I change the string into the double in this case. And I think that's all. Okay, so in order to check if there any problem with my mm, my conversion or from string to numbers. So if there is no, then the problem here is okay. So when you see here before, I have a lot of problem with my string, and after I think everything is fine already. So I think it's okay for this. And then the final test would be to see if the number can go wrong in here. Okay, so now I'm done already. Then can I reconstruct this table? So the answer is yes. I can use the pivot table to do this. So I will use the pivot table. By the way, if you want to preserve this order, because at the moment there's no order in here, so you're supposed to use the row number function here. So I have to add this one as a row number. So I type row number, and then I make it a first. I will go. I will have to check the row number in here as well, because later I will unpivot, and then after this I think it's fine. So the actual so if I want to reconstruct my original, I need the pivot table in here. So I will pivot the row number, the statistic, and then the name, which is the month in this case, and then I will do the value. So value you can sum because this one is a number, but you can do the first as well because in this case the first and the sum will be the same. One row and one column only have one value in this case, so it's fine to use the first or the max or the mean or the sum. They all end up with the same thing. Okay, so there you go. So if we want to get the original table, you need to sort a little bit because the pivoting function doesn't sort for me somehow, and then I have to do this. Okay, so there you go. You have the order. Okay, so the sum now, if I want to add, by the way, I don't know why the Alteryx still preserve the column order like this. But if you don't have any chance to reserve the column, then you just add the first the first column in front, and then it will reserve. So like this. So uh, instead of pivoting like this, you will add one column on top. Okay, hold on. I need to change my battery. Okay. Okay, so the battery is on. So I need to uh, insert the whole thing from here to here like this. So if I want this one to be number one, I have to insert this. So this one will be the input number one, and this one will be in the number two. Or the other way around, you can just set the order in here. So set the second way. But I will delete anyway because it only has the first the two. Okay, so I don't have to I don't have to take everything in here. I just want the first row as an example, and then so I select the first row in here, and you can see if this is the case, and then it will display the original value for me in here. Okay, so there's a little bit problem with the trick because this one will change everybody from the name the text. So in here you can see these guys, they are text, not numbers. So you can see here mm, the comma still here, and then some space at the end of the of this. So it is the text, but then these guys, they are nicely done already. They are numbers. You can add or you can subtract, whatever. So this trick is a little bit I wouldn't recommend this one, but if you want the fast or the simplest solution, this one can be one of your consideration. Now you have duplicate here, which is fine because I don't need this one anymore. I just want to get rid of the first one, so I 2 plus. So meaning that I only take the second onward, and then after this you just have the original table like this. Okay. So this is the one trick I introduced in this case in order to get the original structure of the table. So in order to get the row in order, you have to number the row, but in order to get the column, you also need this one as well. So you also need this first row and then second row. So another way to do it is just you can rename the columns with the numbers, and then you after you transform, you go back to the you rename back to the original. But that one is a very long one, and I don't want to introduce here. So we focus on the row the sum. Okay. Now the next one is like this. If you want to take the sum of everything, so this one, the sum will be the revenue, and the cost will be sum all together at the bottom. And then how can we do this? So you can do in here. You don't have to do in the in this pivot. You can do in here also. So what I do will be to take this one as the name. So I will reserve the name in here, group by name, and then I will sum everything all together in the value. Okay, and then I will show you this one is nicely done. You don't have to add column by column, but you only need this. Okay, so oh, by the way, later I will show you how nicely uh, it can be done to this structure, because at the moment it's very messy. Uh, okay, so let me show you the first result, which is like only the total in here. So if you want to start, if you want to if you want to merge the total back to this, you can just use the union tool, and then as a result, you can see in here. Now this is the total of everything. You can use Excel to check, but then it in here you can see uh, I don't have any row number, or I don't have any kind of like indicators to tell me this is the sum or whatever. So that's why when after you sum this thing, you need to add some labels in it, and then I use the columns, the formula tool here to add the first one. Will be the net earning. Let me use the word profit. and then I will want to put the all the earning at the bottom. So if this one is 6, so I just, if I put 7 or 8 or 9, it will go at the bottom. So I row number as okay, let me put 8 and then I see how it works. So you can see here 6 and then 8 all the way to the end. Okay, let me try to make sure that I don't I suppose to put the double in here or integer in here, because the sorting function will sort the smallest number on top and then biggest one at the bottom. But if you sort by string, then it will sort like 2 and then 21 and then 22. Okay, so after this, I will have something like this. Okay, so you can see here the trick is working. So you want to like add some result at to convert the number into the text. The trick is working here. You can see the long uh, numbers in here. But then if you see from the number point of view, it's just like a very small number, and then it show you that actually there are more to read here. But then in terms of numbers, I only display one decimal place like this. Okay, so this is the difference between the view in numbers and this the difference in text. So when you you want the accuracy in text, you have to convert all the decimal places in after the decimal point, and then you can get more accuracy. And then this is what Outreach actually did. Okay, so now the next question is, can I? Okay, let me open the view in here because it won't involve in a long number. Mm, so the next question is, can I just add the revenue in one row and then the cost in the other row, and then at the bottom also? I normally we can put in here. We can put the revenue in after the laundry, and then the power the cost after the power util cost. I will show you how to do it anyway. But we start with the two of them at the bottom first. Okay, so how can we do it? So we do the same trick in here. So you only need to modify this part of the workflow, and then I will show you again one more time how nicely this method is done. Okay, so I want to put the revenue in one bucket and the cost in the other bucket. So that's why I need to, in terms of start, I will rename this one a little bit. Mm, so maybe I will do this start upper. Okay, so you know that there is a statistic in the row in the low level like revenue breakdown, but then in the upper level you have something like this: if contain revenue, oh sorry, start with the revenue, then I will put the word revenue on total revenue. Other than that, else, if contain cost, I put the space in front to make sure that this one is the accurate, because sometimes uh, you can do like something costly, for example, costly, and then it's not cost but it's just costly, and then it still contain the word cost, and then we it's not what we want. Else I will put the x here. So just in case if your statistic doesn't contain any cost and revenue, it will give you the warning XX. Okay, so and then after this, I just do the same trick, which is to group by the statistic upper, and then by the name, and then by the value as well. So for the value, I will sum, and then I will rename this one to the sum. So you see here, uh, I didn't use any plus sign at all in this case in order to sum all the columns together. If you see here, if you want to add, okay, let me show you here. If you want to add this column to this column, and then or the whole thing here down the row, and then you have to use a lot of plus in Excel. In here, I didn't use any plus at all. Okay. Now I will fix this one again one more time, and then I show you how the number comes in here, and then I fix the view one by one, and then you have the final number. Okay, so the first one in here, if I have the sum by the upper, you can see here the total cost and the total revenue, right? And then the month, and then the value as well. So if you uh, you if you change this one into here, it will give you uh, the view like this. With this one, because of the start upper is not is in here, but then the first block we don't have the start, and then as a result, they will sum all the thing together like this. Okay, so so how to fix this one is very this work stream is very easy for us to fix this problem as compared to this workflow. Okay, so I only need to fix one thing in here, which is start. And then the start upper will be renamed at the start, and then it will go very well with this structure. Okay, so nicely done, right? So that's how the you add more rows, and then you rename you sort the row as well. Okay, so now the next thing I need to show you is just to put this one at in here, and then in here before the net. Okay, we do the same thing. We do the same thing in here. So I will use the number if the the start as the upper level is total revenue, then I will give it 3.5. And else, if the total cost, then I will give us 6.5. Else, I will give 0. And if okay, so actually there is a little bit problem with this one because I don't want to use the row number. I want to use the order, and then I change this one to double. Okay, because why? Because the row number itself is an integer, and I don't want to 3.5 become 3, and then 6.5 becomes 6. Okay, and then I group by order here, but then I change it to back to row number. Okay, so the same trick we did before, and then after this, you can see here the total revenue will be 3.5, which is between 3 and 4. And then the total cost will be 6.5, and between 6 and 8. Not quite between, but at least we can put it after 6 and before 8. Okay, so that's the trick, you guys. If you want to add more things, you can also add. Okay, so that's a trick that we want to from this table, from this original table. but then we can add anything we want in the middle in here. Okay, so that's the trick. The next one is a little bit more complicated, but I will do it anyway, which is to add uh, the margin in here. So which is the total cost to the total revenue, right? So if you want to, you can come from here, and then if I want to compute the total cost from the monthly basis, I just need to use this one. So I will compute by the the name monthly, and then by the start, which is the cost or revenue, and then I will sum all the values together like this. Okay, so if you see something like this, then you can see actually there is only one formula we need to do. uh, Again, in Excel you have to do a lot of formulas. You can write the first one, and then you drag all the way to the end, and then make sure that you drag something, you drag completely. Some of the some people actually give me the Excel report, and then when I check the numbers in Outreach, and I can see actually they didn't, they had got the number wrongly. And then when I ask them, it just because they didn't drag the formula all the way to the end, and that's it. So in the first time, in the first iteration, maybe they drag all the way because they they have to fill all the numbers in the template, so it's understandable. But then in the second round, when they have to refresh the report, and then they actually drag halfway and stop there, and then nobody can spot out the mistakes. But when you put the report in the Outreach, and then you run the numbers, the error will come out right away. Yeah, so that's the difference between the Outreach method and then the Excel method in terms of errors. Okay, so let us uh, compute the cost in here with only one formula, not like in Excel, right? So I will have the total margin in this case, the net margin. Margin, which is sorry, the margin, which is the revenue plus because the cost here is recognized as a negative number, so I only need to plus. I don't have to minus the cost, and then I divide by the revenue, and then I have the margin, right? So I only need this one, and let me show you how I got the number from here. Okay, so margin is the last one I have. If you want, you can multiply by 100, but then later you will forget. You have to use the formatting function to turn it into 100%. And anyway, so just keep it like this. Okay. So now I want to add this one back to the whole thing here, this structure. Okay. But then the structure here need how many things? So we can see the structure here. So how many things we need? We need the row number, we need the start name, name and value. So name and value we have it already, start, and then actually name we have, but value we don't have. And then the start, and then the row, the number here we don't have. Okay, so we have to add more columns in here. So the first thing is I don't want the margin anymore. I want to put this one into value. Why? Because it will match my value in here. So that's the first thing. The second is start. I want to put this one at the margin. Now the next one is the number, the row number. So I want to put this one below my mm, net profit. So I will put this one row number 9. Right? I can put this one into double integer as well because it just, sorry, whole number 9. Because it's just an integer number. You don't have to put like 3.5 in the middle, so it's fine. And then you merge this one back to here. But then you see that actually there are 3 of them here you don't need, so you just need only the name, total cost, and total revenue. We don't need anymore. The value we need, and then the start and the row num we also need. Okay, so everything in place already, and then we just run the workflow. And in here you can see everything is added in this structure for you, and then you don't have to to rename uh, or you don't have to drag the formula all the way down to the end, and you only need to control in here. Okay, so this structure is very scalable, very nice, because you can add more rows and whatever you want in here, and then you can just use the column uh, the row number in order uh, to to control the order in here. So you can insert the total in whatever the group you want to. Now there is a trick in here that you don't like it, because I actually use 3.5 and 3.6, but in the actual database, or the actual Excel report, you don't have just 3 rows like this, 3 rows in the revenue and 3 rows in the cost like this, and then you cannot use the trick. However, you can still compute the numbers in here. So let me show you how to derive the 3.2 and 3.6 from here. Rather than give the constant number, you can just derive the number. Okay, so let me show you. So the first thing I want to do is just to summarize this one by the name, the start upper. And then I will take the mean and the max of the row. And then if I run this one, it will give me the indicator of the block. Okay, so let me read this one for you. So it says that the total revenue start from row 1, which is the mean row, and then end in the row 3, which is max row, and then the total cost also the same thing. So basically after this, you can have the mean and the max row. So 3 here, you can just add 0.5, and then it will be at the bottom, and then 6 here also do the same thing. So the trick can be actually replaced by just using the grouping here in order to find the max row, and then add 0.5, and then you can have this kind of indexing. Okay, so the number 9 and number 10 here also do the same thing. So if you add this one is max, which is 6, and you add maybe 1 to be 7, and then add for the net profit, and then add 1 2 to be the margin, and then you can move you can have the whole section from here. Okay, so that's the thing. But then I will give you one more trick, which is to group all the additional row. So for example, total, and then cost, and then margin here all the way. I will group them in one place. Okay, so in here you can see I will use this thing, and then I will group all of them in one place like this, like this. And I will tag this thing with uh, uh, and I tag this thing with, so I would use the tag here, which is derive or computed, okay, or calculated. Okay, I was use the word cal for the calculated. And then the original rows, I will tag the same thing, but I will tag with the raw. Okay, so I tag with the raw. Okay, so after this, if you sort, okay, so let me show you the result first, and then maybe we sort later, because otherwise you won't understand why we need to do that. Okay, so after this, you see the same result, but then the tag will be, sorry, the tag will be here, but then in the pivot table, you also have to check the tag as well. And then in here, you can see which row are, are calculated rows and which row are the raw data. Okay, so it's just the trick in order to later, if someone if you give this report to someone in Excel, and then he or she wants to select only the raw data in order to check the numbers, and then this one is very helpful because uh, you can just use this column. You select only the raw data, and then you check the numbers in Excel. So that's this is why we need to group all um, the the part here, or the work stream here, all together in the same place. Okay, so let me show you another trick before we close this section, which is to group all of them in the same place. Group all of them, or maybe you can just if you want to, you can just name them in different box. Okay, so the first one I need to name here. You go to the annotation, sorry, annotation, and then you name this one to be the margin, uh, and this one, sorry, and this one you can name to the this one is actually the sum of all the values at the bottom, right? So you just name it total. I got it wrongly again. Okay. So it will show you the labels in here, and then later, if you read the labels, uh, you can see understand what we're trying to do. Okay, so the next trick is just to group them all together in the same place, and then add the container in here, and then you just tell uh, additional rows for totals and margin. Okay, so you know that this the rest here is the additional row, and then the something in here is the raw data. Okay, so if you don't if you want to get rid of this because of the long numbers like this, you can get rid of this trick and then use only this one. So you export this one to Excel and then not this one. Okay, and then that's the first. You just remove this link, and then that's done. And then the next one is if you want to export this one to Excel, you may want to get rid of the row number. Okay, because the row number is, to be honest, is a little bit confusing in here. So you just put the select tool here, and then you just say uncheck this row number. If you have any, if you want to move any column from the bottom to the front, for example, file name or source or anything, this is a good time to move. because you just clean up your views or your table before you export to Excel. Okay, so that's it, guy. That's the quite long video, but then it's a case study for you to add more rows at the bottom of the Excel table or any given table.